Hello again, everyone, and welcome to the Prep Zone. I'm Red Sharp. We've got a big district matchup between the Ponchatoula Lady Wave. They're coming into Fontainebleau to face the Lady Bulldogs. The Lady Bulldogs 35th in the state. Ponchatoula Lady Wave 41 in the state. Pretty close matchup. I expect a pretty tight game all the way around. Both teams well coached. It's going to be a good one. Let's see what happens. Pre-game of Coach Muley. Coach, been a little less than a week since we saw you last. What has happened in the meantime?
Well, we had a real good weekend. We went to the Woodlawn tournament, the Rumble and Jungle. We went 4-1 this weekend, and unfortunately we lost, to a really good Falcons team, Ben Franklin. We played well and we accomplished a lot as a team, given some of the things that have happened over the last week. So.
And considering all that, what do you got to do tonight for this big district matchup against Ponchatoula?
Well, we have to play our game, Like I said last time, no matter who's on the other side of the court, you can only control your side of the court. And you control the ball, you can control the game. And that's what we want to do tonight. We want to play consistent, keep it in our hands, and make them make the errors.
Pre-game with Coach Long. Coach, it's the first time we're going to look at you girls on Channel 13. Tell us a little bit about your season.
Yes, sir. Right now we're doing very well. We're just now getting into district. We have done real well at some tournaments we've been playing in. And it's just one of those things, it's a day-to-day. It depends on which team's going to show up. We've got some great senior leaders, though, this year, with Emily Waddell, Rebecca Hicks, and Jordan Obrey, and also Brooke Galatuano.
That senior leadership really is important. Tell me, what are you going to have to do tonight? Big district matchup, like you said, against Fontainebleau. Yes, sir. We're going to have to get some blocks up. Fontainebleau is always a very tough, fundamentally sound team, and we're going to have a pretty good, perfect game for tonight. But our girls are ready. They're excited, and once again, it's one of my favorite teams I've coached because of their attitudes this year.
And this match is underway. Lauren Larzalier to serve it. Nice defense from Trisha Ford. She's going to get it back and send it over the net. Quick set. Point to Fontainebleau. And they strike first here in set number one. Larzalier still on serve. Waddell sends it into the net. Lady Wave off to a rough start real early. Larzalier, Ford, Curtis. Good ball from Zuli. Larzalier is going to set to Zuli again. And she puts it right past Trisha Ford in the back left corner. 3-0, Lady Bulldogs string a few points together. Larzalier again. Malia P. Geritano. Quick set to Lewis. And there is point number 4. And already Coach Long has seen enough. She calls timeout. Lady Bulldogs leading this first set 4-0. After the timeout, Coach Long wants to settle her team down a little bit. There's P. Going to get it to Curtis. Geritano gets it over the net. Larzalier returns the favor. And finally, the Lady Wave get a point. See if they can start a rally of some type. Brooke Geritano. Zuli. Out of bounds. (4-2). Brooke Geritano. Tabor. Hicks gets it over. And Rachel Tabor can't find it in the net. And that timeout did work. for the Lady Wave and Coach Long as they've strung up 3 in a row now. Strong serve, really nice defense from Roshar. Zuli puts it away. And that was all set up by the play of Roshar, and she looks like she's gonna step up to serve. Nope, pardon me, that's gonna be number 7, Madison Brown. Brown gets the serve off. Haley Gerentano. That's a nice ball from Emily Waddell. Found an open spot in that Bulldog spacing and used it wisely. 5-4 now. This is Haley Gerentano. Tabor gonna set it to Zuli. Off the outstretched hands of Emily Waddell. 6-4. Emily Toops, number 20. Good serve to P. Gerentano. Emily Waddell, a lot of power, a lot of spin. Went off a couple of Lady Bulldogs and out of bounds. 6-5 to score as Rebecca Hicks steps to the line. Toops. Larzalier gets it over. Hicks. She's going to get it back, got to get it over, and she does so. Nice defense from Haley Gerentano, and the rally continues. Tabor just a little deep there off the spike of Mallory Roshar. And this one's tied up, folks. Hicks. Tabor tries to get it over. Look at the defense from Larzalier. Unfortunately, the Bulldogs hit the net with that one. 7-6, not for lack of effort, both squads displaying a lot of heart early. Larzalier to Tabor. Zuli. It's blocked back out of bounds. And these two are trading points now. I mentioned pregame that they are pretty evenly ranked. Lady Bulldogs coming with a record of 10-6. They're 3-1 in district. While the Lady Wave come in with a 13-6 record, 1-2 overall in district, and they come up with a point there. It's 8-7, and this is Emily Waddell. Larzalier. Tabor. Number 5, Stephanie Shore, the freshman. Tabor's gonna back set. Nice play from Roshar. And there's what we've seen from Tabor from last game that we televised against Covington. She knows when to pull the trigger on that quick ball over the net, catches everybody off guard. It's 8-8 as Tabor now sets up to serve. She gets it to Waddell. Tabor to Roshar. Oh, wow. Unbelievable. Trisha Ford right off her forehead across the net, and they win the point. You don't see that every day, folks. Congratulations, Trisha. Well played, ma'am. 9-8 your score. That's a really great ball from Bailey Scott. Little miscommunication now between the Lady Bulldogs. (11-8) as Courtney Curtis Gets it over the net. Larzalier to Tabor. She's going to set that to Rochar. Defense stands tall. Larzalier. Rochar. Gerentano. She's going to get it back. Great rally. Even better placement from Bailey Scott. 11-9. Sophomore Mallory Rochar. Excuse me, senior Mallory Rochar. Courtney Curtis gets it to Gerentano. And that's a little too deep from Bailey Scott. A couple of substitutions for the Lady Wave. Incoming freshman Malia P. to serve. Larzalier sends it up. Tabor to Zuli. Pardon me, that was Nikki Lewis. Again, Tabor to Lewis. Hits the line. Great point for Fontainebleau. 12-10. Neither team wanting to really give up much in this first set. Pretty evenly matched. Larzalier. Curtis. Emily Waddell sends it deep. Fontainebleau wisely lets it go. And it's 12-11. Larzalier, and again, Lady Wave let that go. That's a good eye from number 17, Trisha Ford. Brooke Gerentano puts it in play. Tabor. Zuli. Zuli with that power. Number 7, the junior Madison Brown, serves to tie it up. Gerentano to Curtis. Larzalier keeps it in play. She's got to get it over. Curtis sets to Waddell. Nice point. This is Haley Gerentano. Larzalier to Tabor. Zuli gets it over quick. She gets it back. Nice defensive work from number 18, Mallory Rochar. Zuli sends it deep. And the Lady Wave are up 15-12. And Coach Muley calls a timeout. She's going to talk to her girls. Back in after a brief timeout. Lady Bulldogs saw an early lead dwindle and now, lost. Coach Muley wanted to stop and let her team kind of reset. That ball goes off the rafters. And the score now is 16-12. The Lady Wave have really turned it around here in set number 1. This is the freshman Haley Gerentano. Larzalier, Tabor, nice set. Zuli had to jump back. Emily Waddell, nobody in the back right corner of the court to defend that. And it's 17-12. That's going to have to be addressed because Waddell sees the entire court very, very well. Gerentano to Larzalier, Tabor, Zuli. Good ball from Zuli. Uncontrollable for the Lady Wave. And the Lady Bulldogs get a point. that they really needed. 17-13. Anything can happen still in this first set. Nice serve. Number 10, Kenna Boudreau. Waddell gets it over. Zuli. Trisha Ford keeps that in play. And then Waddell gets it over. Tabor's going to cross set it to Zuli. Good hit. Lady Wave keep it in play. Rebecca Hicks. Zuli. Hicks again. Brown. Nice run from the Bulldogs, and we have a serious rally. Bad hit from Emily Waddell, and that's unfortunate because the Wave and the Bulldogs were both doing a tremendous job, really, of combating one another there. 17-14. Emily Toops on the serve. Tabor. Back set to Rochar. Well done from Mallory Rochar. And now we have a Lady Wave timeout as the Bulldogs trail 15-17. Back in play, Emily Toops hits the tape. Lady Wave defended well. Gerentano to Waddell. Lazarlier, great defense. The Bulldogs come up with the point and only down by one now, 17-16. So they've been able to claw their way back into this set and have another opportunity with Emily Toops at the helm to tie. She's got a great serve. Gerentano. Shaylee Sterling. That's a good ball from Rachel Tabor. And that ball goes long from Trisha Ford, and we are tied at 17. Toops talking it over with Coach Muley. She wants to dry the ball off a little bit. Understandable. Get some grip. Just going to back up. And here we go. 17 apiece. Trisha Ford. Zuli just going to dink it over. Gerentano sets for Waddell. Lazarlier there. And Lazarlier and Zuli run into one another and lose the point as a result. Coach Long coaching her girls on the sideline there. Number 4, Rebecca Hicks. We've got a Fontainebleau player tying her shoe. If you're wondering about the delay, here we go. Rebecca Hicks. Tabor. Zuli hits the net. Unfortunate that play. 19-17. Hicks still on serve for the Lady Wave. Toops. Rochar gets it over. Gerentano. Waddell. Blocked by Zuli and or Scott. Maybe both. Or Rochar, excuse me. 18-19. Difficult to see. And that's also the score. That's a great, great serve from senior Alexis Zuli. And it's 19 apiece, folks. Gerentano punches it up and over. Toops. Rochar. Gotta get it. And Lady Wave do. Excellent athletic play from Tabor. Unfortunately, Stephanie Shore couldn't control it. 2019. Highly contested first set. Emily Waddell. Very, very smart play from Tabor. realized what she could do with the ball where the Lady Wave weren't, utilized the play, and it's 20-all. Waddell, Gerentano. Waddell with the forward ball. Well done. Tabor, outstretched, couldn't get it. 21-20. The score now. And that's going to bring up number 16, Courtney Curtis. Let's see what Courtney can do. Larzalier, Tabor. That was Scott. That ball is deep. Brooke Gerentano. And we're tied again. 21 apiece. Lots of points being scored here in the first set. Mallory Rochar. Rebecca Hicks. Waddell gets it over to Larzalier. Tabor. Quick set to Scott. Lewis, pardon me. Nikki Lewis gets it back and just sends it home. (22-21). Tabor. Well defended from the Lady Wave. (22-22). Looks like this one will go the distance as far as points scored. Malia P. Good serve. Larzalier. Tabor with the set. Nikki Lewis. The referee going to award the Lady Bulldogs a point. Last touch by the Lady Wave, excuse me. So the score now, 23-22. Coach Muley gonna have a word with the referee. Looking for a replay. The Bulldogs are awarded the point, so it's 23-22. That's Larzalier on serve. Gerentano. Tabor. Nikki Lewis comes into the game and makes an immediate impact. Set point for Fontainebleau. Lauren Larzalier really wants to think about this one. I don't blame her. And here we go for the first set. Waddell sends it over. Larzalier sets it to Tabor. Tabor to Lewis. Out of bounds. Just pushed it. Still set point for the Bulldogs. You know they'd love to get away with a victory with this first set. Brooke Gerentano on the serve. Good serve. Tabor gets it to Zuli. Still in play. Lady Wave get it back across. Tabor gonna set to Zuli again. That ball is defended straight in the air. Courtney Curtis sets. Wow, big play from Emily Waddell. Keeping the Lady Wave alive. 24-24 now, got to win by 2. So we're looking at 26 now. There's Brooke Gerentano. Coach Muley having another word with the officials. Okay. And we're going to call a brief timeout here. All right, everybody, back in play. Brooke Gerentano. Tabor. Nikki Lewis. Lady Wave keep it up. Waddell Looks to dink it, and she's going to get the point. Wow, things going south real fast for the Lady Dogs. And this is set point now for the Lady Wave. They let it go wisely. Good eye from that back line of the Lady Bulldogs. There's a bit of confusion a couple of points ago about a timeout call, but we will soldier on here at 25 apiece with Madison Brown on serve. Brown gets it over, and she just aces the Lady Wave, who did not expect that ball to drop where it did. And now set point back to the Bulldogs. What a clutch time for a service like that. Let's see if she can do it again. Madison Brown. The ball has to get over the net. Larzalier to Tabor. Zuli hits the tape. Oh, wow, what a great piece of defensive work from number 10, Kenna Boudreau. And wow, just like that, the Lady Bulldogs take set number 1 by a score of 27-25.
St. Tammany Parish Public Schools, an A-rated school district. Graduates with the highest ACT scores in the state. Facilities with the latest technology. Safe and secure schools. A variety of sports. Fine arts. And learning to last a lifetime.
I'm Superintendent Trey Foles, and this is where we educate every child, every day.
Malia P set to start us off in set number 2 after a highly contested set number 1 where Fontainebleau took it by 2 points, 27-25, and they start off with a point in this set, 1-0. Going to put Lauren Larzalier on the line. Coach Muley has to be happy with the way her team rallied after being down for most of that first set. Rebecca Hicks, Waddell, Gerentano tries to dink it over. Just kind of slips a little bit there. 2-0. This one's starting out just the set 2, starting out the way set 1 started. Larzalier, ball hit backwards. Waddell's gonna put it in play, he's gotta get over. Tabor. That is a big hit from Nicole Lewis. It's Tabor to Lewis and Tabor to Zuli. Or Tabor to Rushar. Those 3. Gerentano, good play from Larzalier. Tabor to Zuli. Wave keep it in play. Waddell sets it to Gerentano. Gerentano cannot get it over the net. She's a freshman. It's a good look, just couldn't quite finish it. And this is deja vu with the Lady Bulldogs 4-0. Again, Waddell, Larzalier. And again, just like the first set, the Wave get their first point after 4 are lost. 4-1 now is the score. It's going to bring up Brooke Gerentano. Zuli. Too much for Trisha Ford to handle. 5-1. Gerentano's going to take a break. In comes Kenna Boudreau for the Lady Wave. Meanwhile, on the other side of the court, Madison Brown, number 7, is set to serve. Gerentano sets it up to Curtis. And she gets it back. Tabor. Nikki Lewis. 6-1 now. The Bulldogs have got a little bit of a rhythm here in set number 2. Wow. Zuli called that from across the court. She called it out, and she was right. A lot of communication now from the Lady Bulldogs. Curtis to Waddell. Look at Lajalier coming in with the defensive play. Wow. Curtis again to Waddell. Madison Brown gets a hand on that one. Gerentano, just too much for Mallory Rochar. First good look we've seen from Gerentano in set number 2. 7-2 now. The Bulldogs finally broken after a nice run again. Freshman Gerentano to Lazalier. Tabor, quick set to Zuli. She just kind of swats that ball into place. Well done. 8-2 now. It's going to bring up Emily Toops to the service line. See Coach Muley there. And that ball is just a little too deep. 8-3. And you hate to give away points if you're Fontainebleau right now. Rebecca Hicks. Tabor. The back set to Zuli. And she pretty much puts it away, I don't know, 90% of the time. And she's going to be back to serve now with Zuli after scoring the point. Ford. Gerentano, Ford's got to get it over, and she, wow. That's just a great underhanded ball. Had to get over, and it did. Caught everybody on the Fontainebleau side off guard. 9-4. Emily Waddell. Toops. Larzalier. That's a good ball from the freshman. Shore. Into the net. Fontainebleau point. 10-4. The score now. Got a few substitutions on both sides. Rachel Tabor is going to serve. Lady Bulldogs with a 6-point lead. Good serve to Waddell. Waddell's going to just kind of dink it over the net there. Another good play from the freshman, Sure. P gets it over to Lajalier. Tabor. Rochar. Looks like some kind of net violation. 10-5 is the score. Courtney Curtis, number 16, on serve. Larzalier, Tabor, Rochar. Nice work from the libero. Curtis to Gerentano. Tabor, Shore, Waddell. Forward ball. Tabor with a sneaky little dink over the net, and it works again. Wow. Perfect timing to end the rally. One of the longest of the match. Again, 11-5, set number 2. Rochar puts it in play to Rebecca Hicks. Gerentano gets it over. Tabor sets it to Shore. Larzalier is there. Lewis. Larzalier back sets to Shore. Waddell sends it backwards into the rafters. Well played from the Lady Bulldogs, and we have another Long rally. P gets it over for the wave. Tabor looks to the back corner and finds it. Wow, she has just really got some placement, sees the entire court. And that is a skill that the Bulldogs will utilize often and have. We've seen them, 2 times in a week, and we've seen Tabor pull that kind of stuff on a regular basis. Great serve. Larzalier. Tabor sends it over again, and she hits the line. Opposite corner now. Coach Long has seen enough. She's going to call a timeout. Lady Bulldogs lead the Lady Wave 13-5 in set number 2. And we're back, folks. Rochar with the serve. Waddell gets it over to Larzalier. Tabor. Back set to Scott. Rochar. Little dink from Lewis. That ball's out. Good eye from the Lady Dogs. 14-5 is the score. Set number 2. Coach Long took every second she could in that last timeout to try to rally her troops. Lewis. Oh, wow, out of bounds. Had to be close. 14-6 now. It's going to bring up Malia P. Number 3 for the Lady Wave. Larzalier to Tabor. Shore. Nice play from the freshman. (15-6) now. Lauren Larzalier. Waddell. Rebecca Hicks sends it over to Larzalier. Tabor. Lewis. Nice play from Hicks. Zuli. And again, we have a rally. Gerentano. That ball dropped in. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. They're going to say it didn't. That was so close from up here. It was super close. 16-6, folks. Lauren Larzalier still on serve. Waddell, forward ball into the net, had to get it over, couldn't do it. 17-6. And the Bulldogs take a pretty commanding lead here in set 2. Set 1 was just really, really back and forth. I think the Wave got a little bit of energy taken out of them after the first one. Gerentano dinks it over. Tabor comes out of nowhere with a nice little placement ball behind the back line. That makes it 18-6. Fontainebleau really, really pushing the energy level here in set 2. Larzalier. Waddell. Curtis. Rochar to Tabor. Gonna set to Zuli, and she just wounds up. Wow, look at this play from Rochar out of nowhere. And then Scott gets blocked by the freshman, Gerentano. Could have been either one of them. There's Brooke Gerentano and there's Haley Gerentano. They were both there for it. 18-7. The Gerentano sisters are not going to let it go away. Rochar. That's a net violation from the Lady Bulldogs. 18-8 now. Brooke Gerentano. That's a great serve. That caught Nikki Lewis off guard. 18-9. Lady Wave trying to rally. Larzalier to Tabor. Lewis gets blocked. Waddell. is the big hero in that play. Gerentano finishes off, but Waddell blocks Lewis. And that's something you need to look for as this match continues. 18-10. And we've got another, I think, line violation there from the Lady Bulldogs. 18-11 now. And this is a little bit of a momentum swing for the Wave. Wow, Waddell just real casually kind of just knocks that down. No big deal. No big deal, folks. 18-12, and don't call it a comeback as Coach Muley calls a timeout with her girls still leading set 2, 18-12 over the Lady Wave. Time in. Tabor. Well played from the Lady Bulldogs setter. 19-12 now. It's going to put Madison Brown to the line. Bulldogs trying to hang on in set 2. And that's a good way to start. Tina Boudreaux cannot handle the Brown serve. 20-12, 5 points away from set 2. Here we go. Brown puts it in play. Gerentano. And really the Lady Bulldogs didn't have to do much with that. Gerentano's ball was off the mark, and Coach Long is going to call timeout with her girls still behind by a score of 21-12. Time back in as the Lady Bulldogs try to close out set 2. They are up pretty handily right now, but the Lady Wave are not giving up by any means. Zuli. Wave have to get it over, and they do. Roshar. Wow, that is a huge block from Emily Waddell. I mean, a statement block, I'd go ahead and say. 21-13. If you're going to go up against Zuli like that, you need to bring your A game. Tabor trying to catch everybody off guard. Waddell with a dink, and she finds the open floor. Larzalier could not get to it, and it is 21-14. The Wave trying to figure out this Fontainebleau Bulldog team and how they play. And Emily Waddell is a big part of this comeback. Larzalier, Tabor. Lewis out of bounds. All right, 21-15 now. Lady Wave only down by 6. It was 18-6 at one point. And now it's 21-15. Zuli. And that's a good ball from Rebecca Hicks. Zuli gets it over. He saves it. Look at this. Unbelievable. No avail as the Bulldogs come up with the point. I believe the ball did hit the ground. So it's 22-15 now. Emily Toops. Gonna see what she can do. We got another substitution from the Waves. Gonna delay for a second. The floor also getting wiped off. A lot of things going on here as we continue this match. Toops now gets the okay from the referee, puts it in play right over the net. Larzalier, Tabor, Roshar. And your point, 23-15 now. Lady Bulldogs 2 points away from taking set number 2. Coach Muley and her team can feel it, and that is just not a good time for a giveaway. Emily Toops sends that right into the net, and that is just crucial. 23-16 the score. It's going to bring up Rebecca Hicks now for the Lady Wave. Tabor to Zuli. She's going to dink it. Smart play. And just like that, folks, it's 24-16 set point. And Zuli, Alexis Zuli, is going to serve this one out. Good ball from Zuli. Waddell. Garantano, Waddell gets it up. Well played from Madison Brown. P keeps it alive. Waddell, that ball finds the corner, and Waddell keeps her squad alive. 24-17 now. Coach Long really trying to rally her troops. This one is a nail biter. I mean, Lady Dogs are 1 point away, so the Wave is going to have to do something, and they do. Waddell, a one-man volleyball team back here, acing the Lady Dogs. 24-18 now. You got to think the Lady Dogs are going to come up with something here. Tabor. Rochar gets it over. Waddell sets it to P, and she gets it over the net too. Quick set. All right. And just like that, folks, the Lady Dogs take set number 2 by a score of 25-18. And here we go, set number 3. Fontainebleau Lady Bulldogs, Ponchatoula Lady Wave. And Gerentano is hyped up to start this third set. Lady Wave go up 1-0. Her sister Brooke Gerentano on serve. Larzalier, Tabor into the net. 2-0 now. Gerentano, Rochar, Tabor. Waddell, Tabor with a nice set. Lady Wave keep it alive. Unfortunately for Bailey Scott, that ball falls on the opposite side of the net for her, and we've got a 3-0 score here in favor of the Lady Wave. And Nikki Lewis mishits that serve, and number 5, Brooke Gerentano, is in business. 4-0 Lady Wave. Wow, okay. And that just kind of illustrates my point. She hit the tape, it bounced over. Rather be lucky than good any day. And I think Brooke would agree with me. 5-0 the score now. Larzalier, Tabor, Zuli, Gerentano, back to Larzalier, Tabor again, Nikki Lewis, and finally the Lady Bulldogs hit pay dirt. And it's 5-1 early in set number 3. The Bulldogs have played a heck of a match, so have the Lady Wave. This has gone back and forth all afternoon, evening. And this is Madison Brown. And she gives a point away, basically. And she knows she could have hit that a little better. 6-1. Haley Gerentano, the freshman, puts it in play to Brown. Tabor, back set. Nikki Lewis, great hit, cross court. 6-2 now. Emily Toops. And Toops, nice ball. And that's a great play from Mallory Rochard. She's there to clean up whatever the Lady Wave might have had in store. Emily Toops gets to serve again. 6-3 the score. Good ball. Freshman P digs it out. Zuli blocked. Tabor gets it over. The Wave send it with Shaylee Sterling. Larzalier to Tabor. A running spike from, oh, look at this. Lady Bulldogs keep it alive. The Wave now have a chance to, with Emily Waddell, score a point, and they do. Crazy rally, that one. 7-3. The Wave have been in control of this third set from the beginning. Hicks now to serve to Larzalier. Tabor. Rochard deep. 8-3. Rebecca Hicks to Brown. Larzalier. Rochard. Great athleticism just to get it over. And that is a good look from the Lady Wave as they just find a corner and paint it for the point. And Coach Muley calls timeout. Her squad losing in set number 3 to the Lady Wave 9-3. Time in. Hicks on serve to Toops. Zuli. Gerentano to P. Waddell. And the Lady Wave are just on a roll. Lady Bulldogs have no answer in set 3 for what the Lady Wave are putting out on the court. Rebecca Hicks stays on serve. (10-3). Brown, Tabor, Zuli, nice dink. Just when the Lady Wave are expecting a vicious spike, she's gonna kind of softly place that one over the net. Good look from Alexis Zuli. And now she's gonna serve. See what she can do in the back line. Gerentano to P. It's a freshman connection. Tabor running Mallory Rochard. And she really likes that play. And when it works, it looks really nice. 10-5 now. Lady Bulldogs down by 5. Zuli still to serve. Hicks, Gerentano, Waddell. Hits the net, but Mallory Rochard was there also, just in case. 10-6, and you can see some determination now on the face of the Lady Bulldogs, but Coach Long calls a timeout. Her squad still leading 10-6 in set number 3. Back in play, Zuli. Gerentano to Waddell, and she finds some open space on the court. 11-6 now. And Waddell's going to get a chance to serve after scoring, which happens very, very often, I've found in this sport. You score, and then you get to serve. Brown, Tabor, quick set over. Lady Wave ready for it, Waddell. Tabor to Rochard, can't fire ball. And that is a point to the Lady Bulldogs. 11-7. Despite being down, and being down pretty big, the Lady Bulldogs have found a way to keep this somewhat close. And that is a foul. 11-8 now. And it is a rally beginning with Rachel Tabor. Waddell, Gerentano, P's got to get it over. She does. Larzalier, Tabor. Rochard blocked out of bounds, point Lady Bulldogs, 11-9. And we've got a run for Fontainebleau now. Rachel Tabor. Waddell. Gerentano. Sterling gets it over. Tabor. Rochar. Tabor to Shore, and Shore, great ball. Number 5, Stephanie Shore. 11-10 now. Lady Bulldogs only down by 1. It's quite a turn of events here in set 3. Tabor, serve working. Waddell, nice forward ball into the stands. A lot of power behind that one, and that really was the difference. She was deep, but it didn't matter. 12-10. We'll bring up number 16, Courtney Curtis. Oh, wow. Not a good time for that. 12-11. Free point given away by the Lady Wave. Here comes Mallory Rochar, who's had a heck of a match. Let's see if she can continue with the serve. Curtis. Gerentano, Lazalier. Look at Tabor coming through. Shore. Rochar. Nikki Lewis. Rochar, miss hit. A lot of action on that rally. 13-11 now. Lady Wave still up. Malia P. Largely layered to Tabor. Bulldogs keep it alive. Wow. Set to Hicks. And Hicks down the line. Beautiful ball. 14-11. And just when you thought the Lady Bulldogs were going to be able to at least tie, maybe even pull ahead, the Lady Wave have rallied back and are scoring points pretty quickly behind Malia P. Tabor sets to Nikki Lewis, and she's blocked. Just blocked by number 5, Brooke Gerentano. 15-11. Another statement block from the Wave. P. Largalier. Tabor. Lewis. Beautiful ball down the line. And she comes down on her ankle. That is an unfortunate turn of events for the Lady Bulldogs. We're going to call a timeout. 15-12 after the injury timeout. And Largalier, understandably a little rattled. The whole team just saw Nicole Lewis go down with an ankle roll. Hopefully she'll be okay. 16-12. The Bulldogs come up with a point. 16-13. And it does look like Nicole Lewis will at least be able to walk a little bit. I can see her down here on the sideline. And that is good news for the Bulldogs. Brown with the serve. Curtis. Gerentano. Tabor going to set for Zuli. Gerentano sets for Waddell, and that is a double hit. 16-14 now. Brown, beautiful serve, well defended. Largalier to Tabor. Curtis. Gerentano. 17-14. Going to draw the court off a little bit. This is going to put Haley Gerentano again to the line. These two teams have played their hearts out tonight, really. I mean, this has just been a fantastic match from both sides. Gerentano puts it in play to Larzalier. Tabor to Zuli. And Zuli comes up with a big point. 17-15. And this has been the most contested thus far of the match set for the Bulldogs, who have not led at all in set number 3. Toops puts it in play. Waddell gets it over. Tabor with a quick set over the net. Curtis. Good point. 18-15. Rebecca Hicks back to serve. Lady Wave up by 3. Brown to Tabor. Zuli, beautiful ball. 18-16 now. Again, I gotta repeat, Lady Bulldogs have not led at all in this set. It's been all Lady Wave. Having said that though, the Bulldogs have kept it close, and that's a good serve. Unfortunate error after that great serve, but the Wave come up big with the point, 19-16, and they're inching their way closer with every point to taking this third set. Waddell. Rochar with that running set. Into the net she goes. 20-16 now. Wait, what has happened? Okay. Waddell. Larzalier. Okay, that last point was replayed. Looks like the score is 19-18 now. All right, back on track, folks. Waddell sends it over to Larzalier. Tabor. Rochar, well defended from the Lady Wave. P gets it over. Tabor. Rochar again. Gerentano. Waddell sends it forward. Tabor with a nice set to Rochar again. This is a rally. Larzalier keeps it up to Tabor. She's going to quick set over the net. P. Wow. Malia P comes up big. 20-18. What a contest this has turned out to be, folks. This is a district matchup. You know, both teams really, really want it. Courtney Curtis back to serve now. Tabor is going to set to Bailey Scott, who comes up big. (2019) now. Mallory Rochar is going to serve. And folks, Nicole Lewis has returned to the match. So that is, like I said, good news for the Lady Bulldogs. That ankle seemed to be, worked out a little bit on the sideline. And she's okay. We are now awaiting Mallory Rochar to serve it up. Rebecca Hicks. Gerentano. Haley Gerentano. Larzalier going to set it to Shore. She's going to get it right back. And Tabor looks for the line, and she finds it. Wow. Clutch play from Rachel Tabor. And we are tied at 20, folks. This third set has been something to watch. Rachel Tabor, really, really big-time play there. to get her team level. Roshar, Waddell, Gerentano. What we've got, wow, out of bounds. Very, very close, very close. 21-20 now. Fontainebleau has taken the lead, folks, for the first time in this set at 21 points. Wow. And Coach Long has seen enough right now. She wants to stop the bleeding, and, well, her team is down by 2, 22-20 in the third set. Time in, Roshar. Hicks, Waddell. Hicks gonna get it over. Larzalier, Tabor, Lewis, Gerentano. And Bailey Scott gets it blocked back. And that is a Lady Wave point. 22-21 now. Malia P., number 3, the freshman, to serve. What a close match this has been. P. Larzalier. Lewis. Lewis puts that one away. 23-21 the score. And we are close, folks. Larzalier. P. Hicks. Larzalier gets it up. Zuli with a nice ball. Lady Wave keep it alive. Unbelievable play. Tabor going to set it across the court, and Zuli with authority. Oh my goodness. I mean, not a chance on that one. 24-21 match point, folks. Lady Bulldogs have turned the heat up here in set number 3. And here we go with Larzalier to finish, maybe. Waddell. Hicks. Bulldogs keep it alive. Larzalier's got to get it over, and she does. Waddell. Gerentano with a dink. Not fooled. Larzalier. Wow, miscommunication there from the Bulldogs. Inopportune time for that. I would say 24-22. Still match point for the Bulldogs as number 5, Brooke Gerentano, goes back to serve. Nice ball. There it is, folks. The Lady Bulldogs have taken this match from the Lady Wave by a score of 25-22 in the third set. I want to thank everybody who's responsible for bringing you this game tonight, starting with our superintendent, Mr. Trey Foles, our director of broadcasting, Channel 13, Dr. Melody Swang, cameraman, coordinator, editor-in-chief. Next to me, as always, is Dave the Rave Williams. I'm Rhett Sharp. I hope you've enjoyed this game as much as I have. You are now leaving the Prep Zone.